Good evening, everyone. It is March 29th, 2023. We've had an awesome, structure-wise, it's been a great lesson. A lot of lessons learned this week. However, I know the trading has been incredibly boring for myself. 3 trades, 3 break-evens, very frustrating stuff. Now, tomorrow we do have GDP hitting pre-market at 8:30, so an hour before the market opens. That is quarter over quarter, and then towards the close we have Yellen. So I'm expecting a more volatile A and B period, and then a quieter session towards the end of the day as Yellen comes on the microphone. Now, this week I had said that I was coming into the week being hesitant on the short side, and then on whatever this was this Monday? Monday towards the close is saying we needed to hold the 60 to 75 area. Tuesday we did get just that. We fell out of our 40,000 to 4030 balance, came down to this pivot area right to about 81, so above that 60 to 75. Got back in that 4,000 to 4030 balance that I was talking about, and that's when I mentioned if we closed over 4,004 on Tuesday and meant sellers had fumbled, we'd had that look below and fail, getting back into balance, and we should be looking at 4050 as a near-term target. And that's what we had overnight. Last night we had this nice move up in Globex, and we eventually got to our 4050 target. Like I said today, I've got no idea where GDP ends up putting us by tomorrow's open, but bulls will not want to lose 40.33. Let's get into that for a second. 40.33 is where we had sellers just absolutely get stuffed today. We were unable to close the gap, unable to get way down here, 4,009.5 being that Tuesday high. So we are in a gap within there, and we were just unable to get there. Sellers were just stuck. Now, I want to make a note of a few things. 45.5 right here. 45.5 is the 95% of last week's value area high. What does that mean? That's the second standard deviation of the volume profile. And above there, it's really difficult to start looking for short setups. So today, what I was looking for was a tag of 47. So really a look above of this 45.5 area, and then shorting 43s. Unfortunately, I took a break even as I didn't like where it was trading relative to the RTH range. It was trading right around half back or the point of control or within the value area, and it seemed too easy to get wicked out of the position before it would move down. Notably, also during this first period or two of the session, buyers were moving up on nearly on such insignificant deltas. They were just taking no effort to move this thing up, while sellers were trying extremely hard during this 10:30 to 11 o'clock situation, and they didn't really get anywhere. Sellers managed to move 15 points down in a gap. So to me, it just means that prior sellers are extremely jammed as we're trading above this 33 number, and we saw it once again getting stuffed at the lows, and then buyers, once they were able to accept over that second standard deviation of last week's value area high, they were just able to ram this thing upwards. So as long as we're trading above that 45-ish number, I'm extremely bullish on the long side. I think we will be making our way up towards that kind of 40.70, 40.85 sort of area. Now, something else to note, we closed today's session above the current week's second standard deviation of the value area. We closed it above the daily for that. We even closed it above the weekly VWAP standard deviation too, just around there. So we are once again closing with sellers offside, and we're seeing it right now during this Globex. You can see that we aren't really selling off right now. So let's get into the actual trades for tomorrow. Well, on the long side, I will be looking to buy that Tuesday high of the day at 4,009. That is also our settlement highs now, so I think it'll be a great spot where we know shorts are trapped. Below they're getting long around that 4,000 number as well. I think if we start to break kind of this, let's call it 90, 89-ish area, if we start to break this 89 area, I think we're in for a liquidation, and I won't be interested in trading these lower numbers unless we get some sort of point of control shifting. And I might actually copy that to this 89, 90 area as well. I like the idea of that right around here. So that's how I'm looking at that. Not too interested in taking these longs unless we get evidence of short covering and accumulation at the lows. So that's how I'm dealing with this sub 4,000, let's call it. Over here looking to getting long at Tuesday's high of the day as well, with this gap still open. If we have a gap down scenario tomorrow after that GDP number, which I won't lie is looking unlikely, if we open below 26, which was just that critical number from Monday's session, being both the weekly open, being also last week's first standard deviation of VWAP at the close, if we open below there, I think we can get a little bit of a move back up to today's low, and that is where sellers were stuffed. That's where sellers, I believe, will reemerge. If not, I will be looking to get short 41s and 45s. Again, 45s being the extreme, and 41s where we had the weekly point of control shift, and where we do have trapped sellers. So that's how I'm looking to play that. If we gap down, if we open within range or gap up, as long as we do not open below today's range, I will be looking to do the same thing to the long side, just getting long 45s, sort of that extreme area to that last week's value area high, 95%. That's also where we closed today's RTH VWAP, so it is a fair price intraday, and it is an extreme relative to last week. So I will be looking to get long 45s and 41s being, again, that weekly point of control auction. Above there, if we do gap up, I will be looking to get long at 58s. Again, I'm a little bit hyper bullish as long as we're trading above that kind of 40-45 area. Above there, looking to get short 64s, 75s, and after a high day run from that March 6th session, I believe, I will be looking to get short 78s and 81s. Above there, not too interested in playing. I think I'll be holding off. So that's how I'm looking to trade this roughly, 100-point range or so. We'll see what we get after that GDP number. We've had very, very minimal volatility this week as we head into end of quarter, so I'm not really expecting too much. But anyway, hope that makes sense. A lot to kind of dig into there, but hope it makes sense. Hope that helps, and trade safe during this Globex. I'm sure there'll be some small edits to this pre-market, and those will be posted to Twitter per usual. Have a great night and trade safe.